Hello, tea friends. This is Barb Gully from Barb's Tea Service, and we are back with our podcast, courtesy on TV Studio. And I'm here, as always, with studio engineer, co-host, and arm candy, Chris Gully.
Appropriately attired for the big occasion.
Absolutely. You kind of prepared for it last week.
I did. I had to practice. Yeah. So this is. I learned how to tie a bow tie when we did our cruise, and we had to have the formal dinner with the captain.
Right.
And so it's a useless skill
Uh-huh.
I picked up, and now I have to maintain it. I
Okay.
have to add that. So here we go.
All right. And you just rock it.
That's right.
Looks great. And this is so appropriate
Yes.
because this is our 60th podcast.
Yes.
The big 60.
Yes.
This is the diamond anniversary
Yes.
of our podcast.
And we've been bestowed.
We absolutely have. So we have been shocked and surprised this morning.
Yes. Yes.
With all the flurry of activity.
Yes.
Our dear friends
Yes.
and fellow podcasters, Rick and Carol Durling, stopped by
Yep.
to drop off. Can you see that
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yep.
shot?
Yep. It's festive and celebratory.
6-0.
6-0.
6-0
All right.
and a little bit of bubbly.
All right. Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
That's so awesome. What a treat.
Yep. And we'll see you on your 60th. Back at you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
So, well, big thank you to them.
Yes.
And also, I want to note that because this is our diamond
Yes.
anniversary, I am wearing my faux diamonds.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
and I have
Yeah. You
one real one.
Yeah. You're sparkly.
I am
Yeah.
sparkly. Yeah. So we started back in March of 2024.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember we were so young and inexperienced?
Yeah. Well, we were something.
Yeah, we were inexperienced
Yeah.
for sure. But anyway, this is, in Bridgerton terms, we would be the diamond of the season.
We would be.
Yes. So I thought it would be kind of fun just to take a look at some of the podcasts, especially there's two that were, in particular, were very popular.
Yes.
Not a retrospective, but
Yeah.
kind of look at some of those.
Yeah. I'll look back.
I'll look back.
In fondness. With fondness.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Would it be any other way?
Right.
Okay, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
But we're also going to be talking about, since we're talking about diamonds,
Right.
Diamond Jubilee, we'll talk a little bit about the Royals.
Yes.
Although I don't really need a special podcast. I talk about them quite a bit, but we're going to include them today,
Very good.
as well as our author diamond of the year,
Okay.
Jane Austen.
Here we are.
Okay.
All right.
So let's talk about what we hope to cover today.
All right.
So we're going to talk about a couple of the big podcasts, the most popular of our podcasts.
Yep.
Jane Austen's birthday.
Yes.
We've been talking about it all year. It's finally here.
And here we are. Yep.
250th birthday.
Right.
Then we're going to talk about Queen Elizabeth's Diamond Jubilee,
Okay.
some of the Christmas traditions of the royals,
Okay.
and if we have time, a little sprinkle of Meghan Markle.
Oh. For the clicks.
Exactly. We're going to get to that. But first, tea.
All right. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
So what do we got today?
So today, we were going to have the Diamond Jubilee tea from Harney.
Yep.
They made that in 2012 to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's 60th anniversary of her being a queen.
Right. Yep.
And so we ordered that, but because of the weather craziness, the package has been delayed.
Okay.
So a good substitute.
Yes.
This is coronation tea.
Ah.
I'll show that.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
You see
Yep.
that?
Mm-hmm.
So this was also made by Harney.
Right.
And it was to commemorate or to honor the crowning of King Charles III
All right.
in 2023.
It was not that long ago, was it?
It really wasn't.
Yeah.
So you already took a little
Yeah.
taste. I'm going to take one.
All right.
How do you like that?
It's so this is you mentioned it was a Darjeeling or
It's a Darjeeling, straight up.
Okay, right. So this is from India. There's two regions. There's the Assam and there's Darjeeling, right? They're kind of like the regions that these teas come from. Yep.
So so this is, I like this. It's very crisp. Now there's it's not a blend. This is Darjeeling.
Right.
Very smooth tea. Really like it. And it does come from India. And the reason Harney used Darjeeling is this is supposed to be King Charles' favorite tea.
Ah, okay. All right.
But it does come from the Darjeeling region in India.
Right.
And we're going to talk a little bit more in future podcasts about this wonderful tea, Darjeeling.
Uh-huh.
But one thing that's kind of interesting to note is that now this region has been designated as a specific ownership of
Right.
this Darjeeling tea.
Right. Kind of like a terroir for wine.
Yes.
You can only be called that. Yep.
Exactly. So champagne,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Burgundy, and of course one of your favorites,
Yep. Bourbon.
Right. That can only be in Kentucky.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So this is another wonderful Harney tea, and I am drinking it in my wonderful Jane Austen
Yeah.
mug.
All right.
Mm.
She would approve.
She would.
Right.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so we're going to talk about Queen Elizabeth and the royals shortly. But
Right.
first, what I wanted to do is talk about two of the most popular of our podcasts
Yes,
in the
okay.
past 60.
Right.
And these metrics come from both the On TV YouTube
Channel,
as
right.
well as Barb's Tea Service
Right.
channel.
Right.
So the top two, and I think we might have mentioned this on our 50th podcast, but
Right.
our most popular podcast
Right.
was podcast 33 in March.
Okay.
And the topics we covered, so we talked about Rutherford B. Hayes, President Rutherford
Always a
Hayes,
crowd pleaser.
and his home, which
Yeah.
we had just visited
Right.
in March.
Right.
And then we also talked about Meghan Markle.
Oh, that had nothing to do with it.
No. And she had just launched her Netflix series,
Right.
With Love, Meghan.
Right.
And so I'm just going to throw this out. Chris,
Okay.
what do you think may have been, because we don't know exactly for sure, but what do you think the topic that really
has to be the Rutherford B. Hayes devotees. They were mad about it.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're going with the underdog. I
Okay,
like that.
all right.
But okay. So that was one that got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And so it's no surprise we keep bringing up Meghan Markle.
We'll stoop.
We will.
All right.
We will. Okay. And then podcast 45.
Okay.
That was another big one.
All right.
And that was from July of this year.
Okay.
And our visit to New York.
Oh, yeah.
So at that time, we visited two museums that were once Gilded Age mansions.
Right.
The Frick Museum.
Right.
And the Morgan Library.
Right.
And the Morgan Library was also, we talked about our visit to their Jane Austen exhibit this
Right.
summer.
Yes. It was so well done.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? And this was one of the reasons we had went back to the Morgan Library was to see this specifically. And of course, they did it for the 250th anniversary.
Right. Okay.
And I just want to take a moment to talk about a few things
Right.
about related to this
Right.
exhibit. So, for those of you
Yes.
who want to read about our visit,
Yes.
it is in Tea Time magazine.
Look at that
see
bad
that?
boy. Look at that.
And this is the article.
Yeah.
Okay.
Written by you.
Written by moi. And so I can tell you, if people want to see this, this is the most recent issue of Tea Time. So
Right.
it's the November-December issue.
Right.
And you can get it on their website, teatime.com.
Right.
You can get you can purchase the edition there, as well as some of local retail spaces.
Right.
One of them is Barnes and Noble.
We have been hitting them hard in Southeast Michigan.
we really have.
Yeah.
So I think we have
Yeah.
a photo.
Yeah.
We've been to Genesee County, of course, Oakland County. We hit
There she is.
3 or 4.
Yeah. She's. Yep, there are 3 places with your finds.
I know. Sadly, it never gets old. But anyway,
All right.
all right. So
All right.
this was a great.
We're back. Okay.
Thanks. It was a great visit to the Morgan Library, great exhibit.
Yep.
And I will let you know that in that edition, that article, the photos are supplied by Morgan Library.
Right.
So they're really, really nice.
Right.
And it gives you a chance to see some of the stuff up close and personal that you may not.
Right.
That turquoise ring we talked
Yeah,
about,
mhm.
some of those letters.
Right.
It's very good. As
Right.
well as a place where they have afternoon tea, just
Right.
as an aside.
Right.
Okay. And of course, they did this in honor of of her birthday.
Right.
But this week,
Mhm.
there was an article in the Smithsonian.
Right.
And the Smithsonian magazine, and they talked about Jane Austen because, of course, this is this milestone birthday.
Right.
And one of the fun facts of this one was they note that Pride and Prejudice almost wasn't published.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
Her number one most famous novel,
Uh-huh.
not published.
Right.
So in 1797, her father, Reverend George Austen,
Right.
he takes it to a publisher.
He was trying to shop it.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. And the publisher just very quickly,
Yeah.
very unceremoniously said, no,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. Not interested.
Not interested.
Get out of here.
Right. And I think this is something that, I'm just going to say, we're going to pause
Right.
and say, look at this,
Yeah.
folks. Don't ever give up.
No.
Because in 1811,
Right.
they got a London publisher.
Right.
He had connections with her brother Henry.
Right.
But he agreed to publish Sense and
Yes.
Sensibility.
Isn't that amazing?
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And that had some success.
Right.
So because of that, the publisher said, okay, I'll publish.
What else you got?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And she has this Pride and Prejudice.
Right.
And she received, in today's dollars,
Right.
approximately, just a little bit over $10,000.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
It was a different time.
it was.
Yeah.
It was. So she got these published while she was living in Chawton Cottage.
Right.
And now that is a museum. It's the
Mhm.
Jane Austen Museum.
Right.
And they were also ones that helped with this exhibit
Right.
at the Morgan Library.
Right.
They loaned a lot of their things
Right.
to the Morgan Library. And this Jane Austen House Museum,
Right.
Rachel and I visited in 2011.
Okay.
And I think the picture we may have
Right.
up is the one of Rachel and I at the Morgan Library.
There you are. Yep. You're next to a table.
Next to a table.
Right.
So in a picture coming a little bit later, because we kind of combined them.
Right. All right.
We're saving some space here. But we actually did see that table at Chawton
Right.
Cottage
Mhm.
together. So it was kind of fun to see this and see some of these things that we had seen so long ago
Right.
at the cottage.
Right.
And okay. So this exhibit at the Morgan Library, it was co-curated by a gentleman, Dale Stinchcomb.
Right.
Okay, and his official title
Right.
is the Drew Hines Curator of Literary and Historical Manuscripts.
I'd like that title.
Would you
Yeah.
have to have a kind of a big
Yeah.
business card?
Okay. Or small letters.
But yes, tiny font. And his co-curator was Professor Juliet Wells.
Okay.
She is a professor of literary studies at Goucher College.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So guess what? Juliet Wells is quoted in the Smithsonian article.
Right.
And she says that Austen is really interested in the social interactions that happen to all of us all the time.
Yes.
Very relatable.
Right.
things.
Right.
What it's like to have family dynamics,
Uh huh.
what it's like to have a difficult family member.
Oh, what?
Why, that's crazy. They're all great.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
So then the article also interviews and references, I should say, another BTS acquaintance, John Mullen.
Okay.
John Mullen.
Right.
And there's a picture of John Mullen here with Rachel.
Right.
He wrote the book, What Matters in English.
Yep. There you are. Okay.
What Matters in English? What Matters in Jane Austen?
Yeah.
I'm going to speak English.
Yeah.
All right. What Matters in Jane Austen? He's
Right.
an English professor from England. He's also a consultant for Bridgerton.
Okay.
hmm
Right.
But we met him at the Jane Austen Festival in 2014.
Right.
A few podcasts ago, we talked about meeting Joe Baker,
Yes.
who wrote Longbourn.
Yes.
And at the same time he was there,
Right.
this was a dynamite
Right.
festival. It was great. So anyway, they reference him, and what he talks about in this article is Austen's storytelling, and he analyzed the novel's mechanics.
Right.
Okay? So he talks about the opening of the Pride and Prejudice, Chapter 1.
Right.
And we all know that very famous
Right.
line
Right.
from the first chapter.
Yeah.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And that gets paraphrased a
Right.
lot.
Uh huh.
I do it a lot.
Yeah.
Another thing I never get tired of. But anyway, that stands up as one of the best opening lines.
Yeah.
It's ranked with, it was the best of times.
Yep.
It was the worst of times.
Right. Yes.
You know what that comes from?
Well, yes, of course, it was the instruction manual for me tying my bow tie. Oh, wait, I could be wrong. I might be confusing that with something else.
Oh, okay. So Dickens was doing
double
time, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Anyway. All right.
Just a personal so going back to the Jane Austen opening line. So this is high school me.
Mm-hmm.
This was I was in the great books,
right.
Blah blah blah, and so that was assigned reading. So 16-year-old me, I'm reading this, I'm going, what?
Right. Uh-huh.
What does that even mean?
Right.
I got to read something else. So anyway, I've grown. Yeah, but anyway, that's
really come to appreciate this because, again, the things that we've learned throughout this, it is, and it's like we talked about before. Yeah. You can read it on many levels.
Right.
Plot, and then just as you learn more, you get more appreciation for all of this going on. But you're right. Okay, so what Mullen says that's very interesting about this first scene is that this opening chapter is daring in its omission.
Yes.
Elizabeth's entrance is held back.
Yes.
So Elizabeth Bennet, she is the heroine. She's the focus.
Right.
The main character.
Right.
We don't mention her right away.
No.
And he says this is interesting because Austen created the most irreverent and intellectually lively heroine the English novel had known.
Right.
And yet,
we're gonna hold back.
We're gonna hold it back a little bit.
Misdirection.
Yes.
Right.
So kind of leading up to this.
Right.
But he does talk about her parents, so we get to know them early on.
Right.
And he says, Mr. Bennet was so odd a mixture of quick parts, sarcastic humor, reserve and caprice, that the experience of 23 years had been insufficient to make his wife understand his character.
There's a lot going on there.
Isn't there?
Yeah.
So we get to know about her parents, and even after 23 years of marriage, they are not aligned.
No.
They really, we know they don't have a lot in common. They don't understand each other.
Yeah, that's kind of, that happens.
Yes, we know some folks like that. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that gives us some insight already into this world of Elizabeth Bennet. And then the article wraps up with going back to Professor Wells and saying that the novel lends itself to rereading because it manages to draw and delight readers, no matter how many times they have read it. Right. And she says, she doesn't know why in terms of technique. There's a little bit of magic.
Yes. Yep.
And I would say absolutely. I think that's it's sort of that thing you can't, non-tangible thing. Just makes you want to read it.
There might have been genius involved.
Well, there you go.
Who knows?
Yeah. Right.
Right.
So one thing to note, just one last word on this exhibit at the Morgan Library, because they do have their own collection. Right. Of course.
Yeah, it's a standing collection that it's not it's not out all the time. You do need to kind of if you want to see their items, make sure they're on exhibit because they're not out.
Exactly. We made that mistake in 2023.
We didn't know.
Yeah. So they do have it out occasionally. But what's interesting is most of the collection was donated by this woman, Alberta Burke.
Right.
She was an avid Austen fan and very smart, well-educated, but she wasn't necessarily an academic. But the curator of Morgan Library opened up the library to her to look at things. Right. And she said that she appreciated the generosity of the kindly curator.
Yes.
And she never forgot that, and that's why she donated all these valuable things to Morgan Library.
Right.
So in my little bio for my article for Tea Time, they allowed me to also note that I definitely appreciated the generosity of a kindly curator, and that was Dale Stinchcomb.
Yes.
He just offered a lot of his time, and he was really good sense of humor.
Right.
Just a delight. So if you get a chance to go to the Morgan Library, highly recommend.
Very good.
All right. And then before we leave Jane Austen altogether, we just want to say that we've been fans, as you mentioned, over 30 years earlier.
Right.
But kind of got rekindled.
Right.
And we've had so much fun with this. It's been such an interesting journey.
Right.
That we continue.
Right.
But it's allowed us to see and meet a lot of interesting people. But our travels through England, Chawton, Winchester, London.
Right.
And then in 2023,
Yep.
as we have talked about so much, we actually stayed 3 days
Yep.
in a home that Jane Austen lived with her family in Bath.
Yes, that was amazing.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Maybe next time we'll get kicked upstairs.
That's right. We'll see.
Yeah, if they let us out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not going to leave England. We're going to leave Jane Austen now, but we're not going to leave England.
Right.
We're going to talk a little bit about the royals, the
Okay.
English royals.
All right.
And I mentioned that in 2012, we had the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
So this is 2012, and 60 years of being queen.
Yes.
Well, Rachel and I were there in 2011, so the year before.
Right.
But in 2015, we did a trip with Rachel, you and I, Rachel and Matt.
Right.
And this was in September of 2015. And do you know what this was a significance for Queen Elizabeth?
She finally learned how to tie a bow tie.
She is looking up for Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
We'll go right through. Okay.
No, that's probably right. All right.
That is not, to my knowledge. Yeah. I don't think so. But,
Okay.
But the most significant
Okay.
thing
Yes.
was September 9th, 2015.
Right.
She broke Queen Victoria's record
Ah.
as the longest reigning monarch in England.
Nice. Okay.
I know.
Yep.
So 63 years and 216 days.
80% of life is just showing up.
It really is.
All right.
It's a longevity. And that was kind of fun because a little bit of serendipity, the Buckingham Palace was open for
Right.
tours. So we took the tour. And I
Right.
think, is there a picture there
Yep.
of,
I'll bring that up. This is our potpourri.
this is our potpourri.
Yeah. All right. So we're the Buckingham Palace, for those that are looking, is the lower right, and that's that's us on the grounds. Okay.
So that we, because you can't take pictures inside.
Yeah, right.
That we took that. And then we talked about Chawton, that picture there, this potpourri
Right.
collage.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That's me a few hair colors ago and maybe a few dress sizes, but I'm in front of that desk in
Yes.
Chawton, right?
Yes. Uh huh. Yeah.
Okay, and then, so we were there in September of 2015 when she celebrated this amazing feat.
Right.
And then we went, so then we were, actually our first trip to London with a family, that's when Rob joined us as well.
Right.
So we had
Mhm.
Rob, Rachel, and Matt.
Yep.
And that was 2007, but the Queen had only been on the job for 55 years, so they weren't celebrating
No,
much.
that's
Hey,
right.
come on.
Come on. Hurry up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then in February of 2022, Queen Elizabeth had her platinum anniversary.
Right.
So when we do 70 podcasts, platinum.
All right.
And then she died in September of 22 at the age of 96.
Yep. That's quite a run.
And right, and she was up until like the week before.
Yep. She was knighting people,
Right.
or I don't know, she was knighting people, but she was still actually engaged.
She
and-
was.
Yeah.
With her, sensible pumps, and
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
she was on it. So anyway, and then in 2023, you and I went to Windsor Castle, and we went to St. George's Chapel.
Right.
Where the family
Yep.
was buried. So
Right.
that was quite a significant
Right.
pause.
Right.
It was
It was a good stop.
a good stop.
Right.
Thank you. That's right. Okay, so then in May of 2023, we got up early. I don't think you got up that early, but
Right.
I was up with my coronation tea and
Uh-huh.
King Charles.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the topic of Christmas traditions
Yes.
of the royal family.
Okay.
And this week, in an article in Marie Claire,
Uh-huh.
they talk about this. And you know who they interviewed?
Who? Tell me.
Another BTS acquaintance of ours, the royal chef, Darren McGrady.
That's right. And
Yeah.
you've met him. You've interviewed him yourself, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I think we have a picture of him. This was back in 2013.
Right. He's upper right-hand side. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
And right, he came to
Traverse City.
Traverse City. It was a food festival
Right.
event, and so he's known as the royal chef.
Right.
Yeah, and I did interview him when I was working for the Examiner.
Right.
But now
Yeah.
defunct.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So he was here in 2013. He had worked at Buckingham Palace. He also worked in Kensington Palace for Princess Di.
Right.
So very
Yeah.
well connected.
Yep.
And then he eventually moved to the U.S. to Texas.
Right.
So when we met up with him, this was his first time in Michigan,
Right.
which was kind of cool. Anyway, okay, so what he talks about in this article are these traditions.
Right.
and they don't veer too off.
No.
And it's, again, very traditional.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they open their presents on Christmas Eve,
Right.
like many families do.
Uh-huh.
But he said a lot of the holiday is around food.
Right.
So on Christmas Day, what typically happens is the gentlemen and the ladies, they have their breakfast, but separately.
Uh-huh.
The men get that full English breakfast.
Yeah.
Women get theirs served up on a tray.
That's how it should be.
It is, but lots of fruit. They don't
Okay.
get the hearty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's good. It's good. So then after church, they come back and they have their dinner.
Right.
Late lunch, we'll say.
Right.
And they start out with some canapes.
Right.
And then they go right to the turkey. They skip the salad.
Right.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And some of the side dishes, Brussels sprouts, roast potatoes, mashed potatoes. Where's the green bean casserole?
Okay. Yikes. Ooh.
And the royal chef was asked if somebody in the family had like a special thing, could they ask for it? And he said, absolutely not.
Right.
You are eating with the queen.
Yeah.
And whatever she chooses, that's what you eat. If you don't like it, get a McDonald's on the way home.
You know, that's what being queen is all about.
It really is. It really is. So all the things that he offers, he said the highlight is the dessert at the end.
Right.
It's that pudding.
Uh-huh.
Christmas
right.
pudding. This is interesting. They light it up.
Okay.
And then it comes in. They
Yeah.
serve it. Everybody applauds.
Uh-huh.
They make it a year in advance.
Wow.
So it just soaks all that
Okay.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
So we just have, what, a minute or two?
No, you got about 3 minutes.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So we can,
Yeah, you can.
hey, all those clickbait. Here
right.
comes Meghan Markle.
Right.
Okay, so Meghan Markle had her holiday special.
She did.
And, yeah. So we talked about her when she launched her With Love Meghan in March.
Right. Right.
And the ratings were pretty high.
Right.
But they kind of kept tapering off because, it's
Yes.
a little lackluster.
Uh-huh.
As are her ratings for when the season 2 came out
Right.
in August.
Right.
Really didn't hit.
Yeah.
Period. So it was waning. I couldn't get through. I got through one, and I couldn't do all the seasons. Right.
And you're a trooper.
I am. I watched the pilot of The Pruitts of Southampton. So
That's right.
I mean, I can take a lot of bad TV.
Yeah.
This was like
Okay.
So then she has her holiday special, and that we watched. I'll say I watched.
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
I was in the room.
You were in the room.
Right.
Okay. So we discussed this with our New York contingent. And
Right.
They said they couldn't get through it. They wanted to kind of watch it as sort of like, okay, we'll make comments if it's
Right.
not. It wasn't even like maybe bad enough. It was just I don't know. I guess you'd say it was like the most best of times, the worst of times. It was just
the most boring of times.
The most boring of times, exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So with that,
Right.
hope all those Meghan folks will click on. Anyway, we're going to wrap up.
Yep.
I want to just remind everybody that they can see some of these stories in our blog.
Right.
And we want to thank On TV Studios for, as always, allowing us to be here.
Right.
Want to thank my co-host and arm candy, Chris. And gosh darn, this is wonderful.
I know.
What a surprise.
Yeah, I know.
So really, that's so great.
Very good.
We're going to be enjoying that. So
All right.
as we like to say at Barb's Tea Service, please stay tuned.
All right.